Hello and welcome back to the Otaku Oasis podcast, where we are continuing our coverage of Demon Slayer. I'm your host Joshua, and I'm joined by
Matthew, also known as twitch.tv/Tyrion King.
yes, and we are wrapping up the rest of season 1 of Demon Slayer today, covering episodes 15 through 26 and chapters 28 through 53. So,
Woo!
I'll just let you take initial impressions away, Matt.
This was the best thing I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, yeah, no, we brought this up a little bit before recording, but I mentioned that this did actually blow up Twitter
And I
when it
can
first
see
came out.
why. That was so cool.
Yeah. So,
Like, I'm just so glad I hadn't seen that specific part. Like, I knew there was the Spider Kid and the Spider Family. I had not
mhm.
seen how the fight went, and I'm so glad I had not seen how the fight went until now.
Yeah, no, it's a really good fight, and we'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, so we're going to start with our coverage of the Natagumo Mountain Arc. So yeah, so starting off, we leave the Wisteria Crest house and we go to the mountain. And
We see something. Actually, I want to point it out because this is kind of like Inosuke's arc for this arc, I guess. But what
mhm,
kind of kicks it off is the old lady wishes him luck in battle,
mhm.
and that kind of is the fulcrum of his change in this arc. I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah, it's a very subtle arc, and it's
I
mostly
really
kind of
loved
why.
it. I really loved it though. I
Well, it's
really
not that I didn't
love the
like it. Just
characters in this show. Like, I think I'll say it. Inosuke is the better Bakugo.
he really, and it's not like he's really like brash. It's more if he's just kind of empty-minded.
And he just doesn't know better. Like, Bakugo's an asshole and I hate him for it because he knows better. And Inosuke's an asshole and I love him for it because he doesn't know any better.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll get to it a bit later when he has his big fight, but the little flashback moment too.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions of that.
I won't be able to expand on it, but I will just say like before we get into it that I did just kind of find it like funny how he reacts to it.
Yeah, it is kind of amusing.
Um, so anyway, so once we get to the mountain, we run into one of the like another demon slayer who's like of the same rank as Tundra and Ko.
Murata, right?
Yeah, Murata.
Well, actually, don't forget, they left Zenitsu behind.
Well, yeah, Zenitsu. Yeah, I guess that is kind of an important thing to bring up, but yeah, Zenitsu stayed behind because he was scared. As per usual.
As per usual, indeed.
Um, funny thing is that Murata. Well, I guess since the Demon Slayer game only had like the first season to adapt plus the movie,
Yeah, I was about to say, Murata's
Murata.
in that game, right?
Yeah, Murata's one of the playable characters in that game, and I just find that funny.
Yeah. Well, they kind of just had to
Like,
made up his moveset, and I heard they did pretty decent with it.
oh, I'm not saying it was bad. I just find it a bit funny, is all.
Um,
I do
Actually,
enjoy his character in this arc,
I
but
don't remember the TikToker's name, but I've been watching this series of this TikToker who's going through and rating the like final moves or the special whatever, like the
Mhm,
big super attack moves of each character. And it's actually kind of
mhm.
interesting how he's ranking them. I don't remember what it is, but I do. That's how I knew. That's where I first heard the name Murata. I was trying to figure out where he placed in, and then boom, found him.
Got it. But yeah, so basically Murata says, "Hey, none of us at this rank are going to do it. We need a Hashira here." And we don't quite figure out why just yet, but we do see some demon slayers who are being controlled by threads.
I kind of had a feeling why.
Yeah, I mean you could definitely like have a feeling why, but it's not like straight out said yet.
No, but I could immediately figure. Well, I mean, we can say we can say it. Obviously, there's a 12 Kizuki here,
Yeah,
and I immediately knew which one it was. It's like they're trying to misdirect you the whole time with who it is. I knew automatically who it was.
yeah. I mean, that's probably just because you knew the character going into it, but
Actually, no, it's because he didn't show his eye. That was what threw me off. That was what tipped me off
oh,
immediately.
that's what tipped you off?
All
Oh.
the other characters showed both of their eyes. He's the only one that didn't, and and everyone else did not have numbers on their eyes. So I immediately knew he had to be the 12 Kizuki.
Fair enough. Honestly, when I first watched this, I mean, I don't think I was really particularly looking for who
Yeah,
was the 12 keys key. I was just like,
actually,
there's a 12 keys key here. We'll run into them eventually.
once the mother died, I knew for certain who it was because, like, I knew Spider Lady was kind of everyone liked Spider Mom. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously there are two big reasons why, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But
Um.
as soon as she died and the arc kept going, I knew exactly who it was.
Yeah. I mean, to be all fair, it isn't like that hard to pick up like on
No,
context clues. Like when actually looking at it, I don't think I was like watching it analytically the first time. I was just there
no,
for the
and
ride.
I mean,
But
neither was I really. I was like, hey, that kid's not showing his eye. Hey, I know that there's 12 keys a key here. Hmm.
1 + 1 = 2,
One
right?
plus one does equal two.
Um, but yeah, so we see like these controlled demon slayers, and so basically Tundra and Inosuke are trying to find the demon controlling them, who ends up being the Spider Mom. Um,
Also, Inosuke's beast breathing, that was so
yeah,
cool. Using it to like sense where she was.
hmm
I
yeah, which
like it felt like I was watching Avatar again with Toph's
yeah,
like seismic sense or whatever.
hmm which I think might also like link into like how I say like the heightened senses thing that we see out of like
Yeah.
the main.
So
I'm
his
feeling
is
like
scent, right?
touch. I'm
Touch.
thinking
Yeah,
touch
could be.
potentially. But because I'm like, because we already have like scent with Tundra and whatnot, and I don't feel
And
like it'd be doubled
yeah,
down on.
Tundra scent, uh Zenitsu's smell. No, hearing. He can hear.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, touch. I believe it could be touch or eyesight, maybe. But I think it's touch.
yeah, I'm thinking touch as well. Um, because like he touches, like he puts his swords in the ground and is able to feel it from there.
Well, the second time he does it, he doesn't put the swords in the ground.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Interesting though. I think that maybe
Yeah,
just be his beast breathing,
it could very well just be that as well.
which is awesome that he taught himself beast breathing.
Honestly, like and I believe we like because like they show like a breath like chart later and whatnot, and like how things are built off of it, and we don't see beast breathing on there, so I'm wondering if it's like a breathing he came up with it on his own.
I think it is. Yeah, he specifically said he kind of taught himself everything he knew.
Yeah, and like while I say this, I believe insect breathing isn't on there either, so
And
now I'll
that's
link to it.
Shinobu, right?
Yeah, Shinobu, who we'll get into later. Um,
There's a
and
lot of
so
characters
basically,
that we'll get into that, and I do
yeah.
not like half of them.
Oh, you're talking about the Hashira's next arc.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate like half of them. I'm gonna be honest, they suck.
I mean,
For a reason, they suck. But
it's just the first impressions, but I mean, I definitely understand. They're meant to come off kind of antagonistic, like at the beginning.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
so
understandable why, but yeah.
yeah,
Anyways,
it makes sense, but it doesn't excuse it.
no, I'm not saying that either. Um, but anyways, so while Tanjiro and Inosuke are doing that, they figure out like kind of a trick and whatnot. So they like throw the demon slayers over like the trees to get the strings tangled and whatnot.
And I just love Inosuke's like, I can do it better than you. Watch this, and then throws it up. He's like, Inosuke, I'm a bit busy here.
Yeah, no, it Inosuke's like self rivalry with Tanjiro is hilarious.
It's so cute.
Yeah, no, I'm like Inosuke's just a lovable idiot, and
He is.
there's just because like even just going back to like the beginning of the mountain, there's like his like space out thing where he gets like the bubbles and whatnot around his head and whatnot.
Yes. And then
I just
later on, we see like Tundra said something, and Inosuke takes it seriously.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's like Wally has like a kind of self rivalry with Tondro. It's not like he isn't willing to listen sometimes.
Yeah, no, like he respects what Tundra says
Mhm.
and wants to help. So I mean, that's why I say he is the better Bakugo.
Yeah, no,
He
because
knows
he's
there's a
in.
limit for everything.
Mhm. Yeah, especially depending on the danger.
Yes, Bakugo does not understand danger and restraint.
At least currently in the anime, but yeah.
Yeah. In the manga,
um,
he's doing awesome. But back to the show we're talking about.
yeah. Um, yeah, I understand the comparisons will always happen with shonen series. It's fine.
Yeah.
And so basically, the spider kid that we meet, who I'm just gonna say Rui, who we already know. We've already said it, I
Yeah, it's
believe.
Ryu.
He
Yeah, Ryu.
Rui.
Rui, right.
You're good. You're good. And so basically, he says to the Spider Mom, "Hey, kill these demon slayers, or else I'm gonna kill you." Basically.
Actually, I think he says father's going to be angry with you.
But
Which
we
is
see
what which
later in
was
the.
the original which was the original misdirection. They were trying to get you to think the
Mhm.
father was
Yeah, but
Tetsuo Mizuki.
based off flashbacks, I'm pretty sure it would be Rui.
Oh, it would be Rui. That's 100% what it is. Also, Rui's an asshole. Just plain and
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah, but anyways, so she gets Spider Mom gets desperate. She brings this like old demon corpse in to attack. And
How is that
also
demon not dead?
put him in a shade and it's probably fine. I mean, considering that it was a huge thicket,
It
I'm
was missing its
imagining.
head.
Okay, I mean the strings probably kept it alive. So
Oh, that could be. Yeah, no, as long I was just looking for why him losing his head didn't kill him.
because I don't know, maybe it's because a demon killed the demon.
Potentially.
Maybe because I'm like I believe they said the demons can't kill each other technically. So
Yeah, that's true. But I was still impressed they were able to kill it.
yeah, or at least behead it to remove
No,
the
I meant
consciousness from the body.
no, I meant Tundra was able to kill it
Oh, oh yeah,
because
that
it didn't
body.
have it because it didn't have a head to get chopped off. Like that's the one weakness is that you have to chop off its head with the Miramata. No, with the specific
Yeah,
blade. I don't remember what the blade is called.
the yeah, and it, the Nichiren swords.
Nichiren sword. I don't know why I wanted to say Miramata. It's like right culture, wrong thing.
Right culture, wrong name.
Yeah.
but what? But it's fine. Also the spider mom twists like the demon slayer she has tangled up to like twist their necks.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
was
as
that
soon as they
gruesome the
throw them
first
over,
time?
yeah, as soon as they throw them up there, it's snappity snap snap snap.
Yeah, no, that was pretty gruesome the first time I watched it. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah,
Like
that
the
was
sound effects with it as well.
it was very dark.
Yeah.
Snap
But,
that child stack goldfish.
gosh, I could see people memeing that in the GIF. It'd be so
Uh,
dark humor.
yeah. Yeah, that is kind of dark. I apologize.
That's fine. um, but during this, the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps, dispatches two Hashiras, one of which we know, the other which we don't know at this point.
Ew. I don't know. I don't remember. It's T something.
Tomioka, but yeah, Giyu
Tomioka.
Tomioka. Mhm.
Yeah,
But
I
calling
only
him
know.
Giyu is just easier. Calling him Giyu.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, all I remember is that his name is Giyu.
I refer to him as Giyu as well, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
it's been 2 years since Giyu has seen Tanjiro, hasn't it?
hmm In universe, yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Technically, even more than that, because they spent like about a month, I think, like at that house recovering.
True. It's been yeah. It's been yeah. They Giyu says later on it's been a little over a year as far as I can remember.
hmm Yeah. But anyways, so they were dispatched. Tundra and Inosuke defeat the controlled spider demon body, and then Tundra is able to go in for kill against the spider.
And I love how he was originally gonna do Form 1, and
Mm-hmm.
then looks at her, sees she's given up, and then changes it to, what was it, Form 5?
Yeah, I think it's 4 and 5. Yeah.
It was the storm after a drought, and it was just a peaceful death that she didn't even feel.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
love
Tandra's mercy towards her, like right at the end.
Yeah. He sees that she's given up, and it's like, "Oh, well, I'll help you."
Yeah, and also that like in her last moments she feels regretful.
Yeah. That is why I love Tundra so much. It's like, yes, demons, bad, but also people.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
were humans once, and that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I just feel like that scene like emphasizes Tandra's character the best. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, because, like, she just killed a lot of people, but he could tell she didn't wanna do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so after that, we swap back to Zenitsu's perspective.
Okay, look, I love Zenith's motivation. I'm all by myself, I don't wanna go up there. Oh, shit. Uh, what's her name? I know her name.
Nezuko's with
Yeah.
Tanjiro.
Oh god, Nezuko's with Tundra. I gotta go save her.
I mean, at least it saves him from running off and harassing other woman.
Yeah, but
No, I know. There's always that one character that very much is like a simp towards women's.
yeah, he is. Yeah, Zenitsu is the simpiest of simps.
I mean, at least he isn't like pervy. At least,
Yeah, he's not a pervy simp, he's just a simp.
yeah,
Maybe an annoying one, but he's still just a simp.
yeah. I mean, at least let's put it this way. At least he isn't as bad as some of the pervy simps in other shonen series.
Mineta. Wow, that was a weird frog in my throat.
Yeah, I don't know what that could have been. Um. Anyways, so Zenitsu goes up and he runs into I don't know the best way to describe this. I wrote it down as spider body demon. I don't know if that comes sounding
No,
correct.
that sounds right to me.
But yeah, that's the only way I could feel to describe him.
Yeah, I hated that demon specifically. Okay,
Yeah.
no, there was a lot of demons I did not like. This one was the most uncomfortable.
Oh, for sure. What he does to other people makes them like those bald things with the spider bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that very, very much.
Yeah. But so basically, and Zenitsu's been hit with the poison that turns him into those bald spider-like things. So he's very much on a time limit. Um,
Yes.
to which we get a Zenitsu fight.
We don't get
And
that often, but they're always so good.
what do you say? Yeah, you're yawning, kind of half of
Sorry.
it out.
I said, we don't get those often, but when we do, they're good.
Yeah. No. So basically, Zenitsu conks out immediately because that's the only way we're getting into this fight.
As he does,
And
immediately passes out.
yeah, and so basically, all he keeps doing is repeating this one phrase, and the enemy's just like, "Why do you keep repeating this one phrase? Like, do you only know one technique?"
Yes.
But and so basically, like during this time of it, we get a flashback to Zenitsu's training, and and Zenitsu's grandpa is so nice.
Yeah. I
Like
just
his
remember.
master that he calls Gramps.
Yeah, I just remembered the scene where he kept running away, and the Gramps was just out there tripping him and bringing him back.
Yeah, no, set all these traps and Zenitsu fell for every single one.
Yeah, I mean, there was one, he just kind of stuck his leg out and tripped him and then dragged him back.
Yeah. Actually, we also see why Zenitsu has his bright yellow hair. It's because
Ooh.
lightning struck him.
Yeah, make that one make sense.
Yeah, I don't really know how that one makes sense either, but it's anime, so whatever.
Yeah, anime. Instead of getting a tremor for the rest of your life, you get bright hair.
Exactly. And that's why he's the only one who doesn't have, like, blackish hair out of our
Yeah,
main trio.
yeah. Actually, I wonder how Inosuke has his blue tips.
I don't know. I mean, it could just mostly be design choice because, like, they're pretty close
Probably.
to black, both, like, him and
Probably.
Tanjiro.
Yeah, probably. Actually, Tundra has red hair. It's actually.
It's, yeah, it's, like, definitely reddish, but it's also, like pretty close to black in,
Yeah,
like, some areas.
yeah, it was red enough that the sword maker made a comment on hoping that Tanjiro's sword becomes red because of it.
True. Um, but anyways, we see Zenitsu's training and that he couldn't learn any like any of well, not any. He couldn't learn all four of the lightning breathing techniques. He could learn one at least.
And he was told, master that one to the best of its ability.
hmm And so basically, we jump back, and Zenitsu is freaking dodging stuff in midair, which is
Which is sick as shoot.
yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Not to mention pretty tough. You know,
Yes.
like the spider demon comments like that's not something a physical human should be able to do.
Yeah, I love calling out Zenitsu. I hope he actually unlocks these abilities when he's awake.
Yeah, hopefully. I won't. Like I said, I really only know as much as you do. So
Cool. Well, I actually kind of like that.
yeah, so I can't actually say. Um, which honestly is easier on me because I can't spoil things. Um,
Yes.
at least accidentally. And so basically we get I forget what how many times like how many folds he said. I think it was like six-fold or something like that for the first form. But he's able to do this thing where it's like basically he dashes up and the dashing of the need to strike was really well done and it ends with him like in front of the moon and whatnot.
Yes, it is. I love the little lightning blurs as he zaps, teleports around.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And then just basically how he zigzags up and slices through everything, and then lands on the kind of house that's being held up by webs.
Yes.
And so basically, at that point, the fight's over, and Zenitsu kind of regain consciousness.
You know what this makes me feel like? Just thinking about it just now, it kind of feels like a Resident Evil game, like one of the newer ones, because you got those themed enemies. You got a family in a wooded area. You could remove the whole demon label and slap on a Resident Evil title, and I'd believe it.
I mean, it is pretty close. Other than that, it's like in kind of feudal Japan times.
Yeah. I mean, Resi 7 was set in what felt like feudal-ish. Uh, it felt pretty old, but it was set in like 2012, but it felt like it was set in pretty old Europe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if like the Resident Evil games that well, so I couldn't really comment.
That's fair.
Um, but yeah, and so basically, Zenitsu tries to slow his breathing because his grandpa says like this isn't like the way to go out, I believe, or something along those lines,
Don't give
and that
up.
he,
Says you just keep saying don't give up.
and then Zenitsu also thinks that like he'd feel bad for like dying on Tundra,
Yes.
and and then Shinobu comes in to the rescue.
Actually, I think we're skipping some stuff.
It might be
I'm
formatted different in the anime.
Yeah, because
It's
in the anime, this fight is interspersed with Inosuke and Tanjiro fighting the father demon.
Yeah, in the manga, it's just Zenitsu straight into Shinobu rescue, covers Shinobu's rescue of Zenitsu, and then goes into the Tanjiro and Inosuke with the father demon.
Okay, because I actually kind of like the way it's done in the anime because it's
Well,
all in real
it's not
time.
it's oh no, it's not done bad. I definitely agree. I'm just going with how my
Yeah.
notes have it written down.
Yeah. Okay. So in the anime, it starts with, I think it starts with Zenitsu, and then as he's bitten, it gets changed to Tanjiro in the fight scene with the father, and then Tanjiro gets blasted off again, and
hmm
then we go back to the Zenitsu, and we go back to Inosuke, and then we go back to Tanjiro, and then we finish Zenitsu, we finish Inosuke, and then we go into the final battle.
hmm Yeah, no,
I
that
think
sounds
that's how
about
the
right.
order. I think that's how the order went.
Yeah.
At least that makes sense to me.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that is how it went. I'm just gonna cover it in the way that I have my notes, just to so
Yep,
I
yep,
can keep on topic a bit easier. Also keeps everything kind of separated easier. So
yep. Okay, so we've covered the fight and the Shinobu rescue.
yeah, so Shinobu rescues Zenitsu and patches him up. And then we switch over to the Tanjiro Inosuke thing, where basically Tanjiro is sent to
Actually, first
is
off,
blasting off again.
we find out that Father Demon very strong.
Yeah, his skin is very thick.
Yeah, he can't get cut very easily.
Yeah. Not to mention he's able to pick up that giant log that sends Tanjiro flying.
Yes. I'm surprised Tundra didn't break anything with that log.
Well, I think he was able to stop it with his sword, like just
Yeah,
enough, probably.
yeah, that's
But
fair. And then he does water wheel for a landing.
mhm. Like he's doing his best to try and not get injured, but man, are they making it tough.
Yes.
um, so yeah, so we get Inosuke versus the buff spider demon.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Because at this point, Inosuke is
Inosuke.
actually pretty injured.
Yeah, no, Inosuke's trying his best, but once his swords break, yeah, it's kind of gets he starts being squeezed like one of those squishy toys that dogs have.
Yeah,
Um,
well, specifically, he reckons that he's not strong enough to attack because of his injured state.
mhm. And also just because his swords break as
Well,
well.
that too, but yeah, yeah, Tundra is trying to get him to rest, and he's like, "No, I got this."
Yeah, and so while he's being squeezed, he gets one of those like the flashes before death, and he's just like, "What the hell is this?"
It's his mother.
And he says, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah, so he's really been on his own his whole life.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just really love his reaction to
is it
the.
is it me or did she throw him off a cliff?
I don't think it was like thrown. Maybe it's like I don't know. It's really hard to say. 'Cause I really don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like thrown off a cliff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just definitely just like his reactions to like when death flashes before his eye that he's still like questioning like what the heck is this?
I do appreciate that. Yes.
But yeah. Um and so then we have I forget if it happened. I mean, it'll just help for later if we mention it now that Q comes in for the save
Kyu does come in for the save, and
and makes quick work of what Tanjiro and Inosuke had such a hard time beating.
yes, like horribly quick work.
At least, like, just referring to the buff spider demon for now.
Yeah. Yeah. He white. It was one slice, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, one slice takes off the head, and then immediately ties Inosuke up and just kind of leaves him there.
Yeah, because Inosuke was like, I'm gonna keep on going to fight, and he was like, no, you aren't. You're way too injured.
You're funny.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, Gyu does that, and then we go to Tanjiro versus Rui.
Yes, Tundra versus Rui.
The headline fight of the
The this episode, let's be honest.
yeah, it because after this the next arc doesn't have any like fighting.
It, I mean,
Training
almost.
doesn't count as fighting.
No, I wasn't gonna count the training. I was gonna count the wind guy.
Oh, that's not really a fight.
It's not, but he gets a clean hit in.
Sure, but not a fight.
Not a fight. You're right. But yeah, this was the sickest fight of the anime so far.
Yeah, also just has an interesting clash of ideals behind it.
Yes, we
The
have,
the
and
idea of forged family versus like the actual connection of family bonds and whatnot.
yeah, but I think it's a bad way of doing actual family versus forged family. If we're gonna call
Like,
it
what do you
that,
mean by that?
because like Rui. Sorry, Rui is a very bad interpretation of forged family.
But yeah, it's basically like a family that's forged out of fear. I'm not saying like
Yeah,
just forged family rolls off the tongue easier.
yeah, it's like you're putting a bad light on forged families if we're gonna call it forged families versus real families.
No, I just mean by like forged by fear. But
Yeah, forged by fear is not a way to have families.
yeah, instead
Um,
of
yeah,
like Tandra's, which is actually built out of love,
yes, and yeah,
which can be shown in how the fight finishes as well.
yes, dude, that finish. Like
But before
I
we
can
get to
watch,
that,
I could watch that finishing move on repeat for hours.
yeah, gonna try and make it the thumbnail. But yeah, so basically the fight beforehand is very like seemingly one-sided because Tundra is like having a hard time cutting Rui's threads and whatnot
Yes.
until he's like, and so he has to use the 10th form like constant flux, which basically means he has to keep on building up momentum or else like he won't be able to cut it.
His sword gets cut in half by the blade, by the strings.
Yeah, immediately too. And that's
Immediately, like,
yeah, he's only fighting with like a little bit of his blade left.
yeah. Still gets the
So
job done, kind of.
yeah. Mhm. Um so we get this we get the cool scene of him just running and slashing through everything, which is really
Yes.
cool with the water. But then Rui's just like, oh yeah, let me add blood to my strength to make him even stronger. And cage you inside of it because yeah. And Tantra's like, well, pretty sure I'm gonna die here because I can't stop moving.
Yeah, and then Nezuko comes out for the save.
Well, really, it's both of them kind of come out with the save because
Well,
it's
no,
Tanjiro.
no,
Well,
she
yeah,
throws him out of the way
she
originally. That's
oh
what
well,
get.
yeah,
That's what gets Rui
that's what
on
gets
Rui's eyesight on her.
yeah, that's like before the constant flux thing.
I couldn't remember exactly what happened when. I was more focused on how cool it looked.
True, fair enough. I mean, I kind of forgot to mention the Nesco thing, anyways, because I want to get to that as well.
Because it's a very important part of the fight, is that
It
Rui
is.
wants Nezuko.
It is. We could probably go into more of what this fight represents after it, but I want to
Well,
kind
no,
of
let's
get to the
represent it. It's just more of the fact that the reason the final strike works is because of what happens. So
fair
basically,
enough.
Nezuko protects Tanjiro from a hit, and Rui's like, "Wow, that's what real sibling bonds look like. Cool. I'm taking your sister now."
Because that's because I want a real sibling bond.
Yeah, and Tanjiro's like, excuse me, no.
Yeah.
And then Rui basically strings her up by his
Hmm.
strings and starts hurting her real bad. but
Yeah, honestly, seems very painful.
leaves her thrown up there with basically she'll either learn to respect me or she'll die in the sunlight.
Hmm.
And
And then we get
yeah,
the constant flux stuff,
and then we get the constant flux,
and
and
then the
then
bloodstring cage, which we then get the Hinokami Kagura flashback.
which was specifically fire breathing, right?
I mean, I don't entirely know, but like I think it's like
Because
yeah, like
we
I mean, like
find out
Tundra says it's like kind of fire breathing,
we
like.
find out later that they think Tanjiro's father was a fire breather specifically and not a flame breather. Because there is a
Mhm.
difference, but I don't know what that difference is.
I wouldn't know either, but yeah, no, I know it's brought up.
They make it very important that there has to be the difference between fire and flame breathing.
Mhm. um, but yeah, and so basically, Tanjiro was able to put this Hinokami Kagura into like his breathing techniques, which turn into like this fire breathing, and we get the cool fire, like the water dragon turning into this fire dragon.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh, I know. And so basically, with this, Tundra is able to cut through the strings better now. So he's
Yes.
continuing going forward. Rui tries to pull like this huge like blockade again to try and like stop him because like it'd be way too much for him to do. But we then get Nezuko with the save with her demon
Blood
blood
art.
art.
Yes. Exploding blood.
Yeah.
That was fascinating. I didn't even know she could do that.
Well, it's the first time we see it, so
That is true. I wonder how she discovered it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was just kind of like just because the danger of the situation and whatnot, and what
Yeah.
like, and also like because like the family, like the mother in particular tells her from beyond the grave to hey, your brother needs protection right now and whatnot.
Yes, I thought that was so sweet. It's like, your
Hmm.
brother, protect your brother, save your brother. If you don't, he's going to die. And then she just awakens her eyes and goes, explode blood, and then just fucking.
Yeah. To which Tanjiro is then able to get in close to Rui and get to it like see the thread to kill him. And
Yes.
is able to bring his sword in with his flame strike with the mix of Nezuko's blood explosion on top of it, and that's what causes the big like flame wheel around his neck, which just looks so clean in animation.
Like, I'm so happy that was the opening for the next episode. 'Cause just so I could watch it immediately again.
Yeah, no, it was really well animated. Like just from like the camera like choreography of the fight to just the animation on the final strike and everything. Just
Yes,
everything just kind of stands still for a moment after that strike at the end of the episode.
this is why I like Aniplex. Because they know how to do good fight scenes.
You mean Ufotable? Ufotable is the studio.
Ah, okay.
Shit.
Wait, then what's Aniplex?
Aniplex is just the licensor.
Ah, that makes sense. Sorry, I just saw. It's like I know Aniplex from somewhere.
No, no, you're good. You're good. I trust me. Knowing studio names is not something that you know unless you've watched like hundreds of shows.
So Aniplex also licensed SAO, right?
Hmm.
That's why I thought I knew the name before. Name from somewhere.
Yeah, Aniplex licenses a lot of shows, but SAO is done by A1 Pictures as a studio.
That's right. I also that's why I felt something was weird about it.
No, no, you're good. You're good. I understand. I mean, knowing all the studio names is not easy. I've just been around enough to know the studio names.
And who
At
does
least
Demon
not all of
Slayer
them,
again?
but Ufotable.
Ufotable. What else does Ufotable do?
They've done the Fate franchise.
Oh God! How similar are the Fate franchises in Demon Slayer in combat, like and like fighting in their animation
Um,
styles?
I mean, different, but I mean, the camera techniques are kind of similar. But I mean, that's to be expected. It's the same studio.
Yeah, but are they as good?
From what I've heard, yeah.
Cool. Because, like, yeah, the Fate franchise is so big.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no real easy way to get into it.
You just have to start at the beginning.
Some will even say no, the beginning is spoilers.
The beginning is spoilers?
Yeah. Like I said, there's no easy way to get into Fate.
So are we not going to cover it?
I don't know. I'll try and figure out something, but it's easier said than done.
Okay. How is the
Um,
beginning spoilers?
this is what happens when you have three routes that are all equally canon and equally spoilery for other parts.
Wait, there are 3 different routes? Oh, lord.
Yeah, because it's based off of a visual novel. That's why.
Oh, cool.
But yeah. Um, and so you'd think the fight would be finished here, right? Tanjiro cut off the head of a demon. You know that usually
Oh,
signifies the end of the fight, right? Right?
yeah, definitely. I wish it
Rui
was that
just
simple.
Rui just strings it, cut his own head off with strings, and then reattaches it.
Yeah. And then
Which,
he taunts Tundra some.
mhm. which I'm like, does feel a bit anticlimactic, but definitely doesn't discourage the animation put on show
No.
beforehand. And to be all fair, Tanjiro definitely won that fight. Just
Yeah.
if he had been just stronger, he would have been able to do it.
Maybe faster. I would think faster.
Maybe, I don't know. Both potentially.
Both potentially. But yeah, it does feel like a kick in the teeth when that super awesome move did absolutely nothing.
Yeah. But we get Gyo coming in with a cool super move that finishes him off.
That was cool. Form 11, what was it, like the calm water or something, and nothing could hit him.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a form that Gyu made up himself too, so it's equally that
Really?
impressive. Yeah, because water breathing only has 10 forms.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was like, there's an 11th form?
Yeah. No, he made his own form. That's like the
That's
level that's the level Hashiras are on.
oh, Hashiras just create their own moves?
They can,
Okay.
I think. So,
Josh, can we take a little break after we finish the mountain arc?
uh, sure.
I have to go to the
Yeah.
bathroom real bad.
Yeah, no, that's that's fine. We're getting pretty close, so
Yep.
um and so after that I think like just a little bit before that we get like this flashback with the younger sister demon and like her time in the spider family house.
Yes, as she's going up against Shinobu.
Mm-hmm. Which that flashback with the like the younger sister and whatnot is for the most part actually anime original stuff.
Really? Yeah, it was interesting how she blatantly sold out that sister to death.
Yeah, no, it's original, but it's really good original stuff because it gives like definitely a more look into like how the family like very much was not a
Yeah,
family.
I hate that family.
Yeah, and so basically Shinobu finishes off the younger sister because it's like 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 she tries to make friends with them prior, but like oh man, you killed like all these 50 people here that I count.
You killed at
Um,
least 40 people.
yeah, and so she hits her, but the demon doesn't feel anything.
Haha,
And
she
then,
can't kill me. Blah!
yep, because wisteria poison.
I still love that. Haha, she can't kill me. Blah!
Yeah, no, she.
As soon as she gets cocky, she immediately dies.
Yeah, no, it's honestly though, Shinobu is just so cool.
Shinobu is a fascinating character.
Yeah, and we'll get into more of that when we get into the rehabilitation training arc. But
Yes. Which
just for now,
also
we're
is a great arc.
mhm. But just to finish off the Natagumo arc, we get Rui's backstory and his death, where he was like a sickly child, and then given powers by Muzan, and then
Killed
like
killed
his
one of his siblings.
no, he killed his parents.
No, he killed his siblings. His parents then tried to he killed one of his siblings. His parents tried to kill him, and then he killed them.
Yeah,
But first off, he did kill a sibling, and that's what made them want to try to kill him.
was it? I forget. I thought it was just a random person, but I could be
Oh, it could have
mistaken.
been. It could have been. It just looked like it was in their house, so I assumed it was one of his siblings.
I don't know. It was a big house. They could have had servants as well.
Potentially, yeah. It's very unclear who died. Just that
Yeah,
someone did.
yeah, that he killed someone, and then his parents were going to kill him, and that's why he killed them. But in death, like he sees
They
his
were
parents.
waiting for him.
And
Okay,
his
am I the
parents were
only
also.
one that got the symbolism that they all were burning in hell?
Uh,
Because
not
basically, what
quite.
in the anime,
Oh, well, yeah, because I mean, because the parents also do say because like that they were going to kill themselves basically afterwards. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
well, yeah, because the scene burns away as he's burning away, so it feels like they're symbolizing that that family, while reunited, is reunited in hell.
Yeah, well, I mean, it also goes back to the statement that the parents said like that they were prepared to go to hell in order to like, because they were going to have to kill their child, but they were going to kill themselves afterwards as well.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, and then as he's dying, he reaches out for Tandro and Nezuko because he finally remembers what a family was like. And Tandro, once again proving he's the goodest of lads, pats him on the back.
hmm Yeah. It was, for as much of a jerk as Rui was, that like that end scene makes you kind of feel like a bit bad for
I
him.
was actually frustrated that I felt bad for the kid in the end.
Is it really a bad thing though?
No, it's not, but it was frustrating because I didn't want to like him. Like, I wanted to just be able to hate him even after he was gone, but no, he was. They do a good job at humanizing the villains at the end.
hmm Yeah, no, it's honestly one I like. What I think is one of the strong points of like Demon Slayer is like most of their villains get pretty humanized.
Except Mugen, or Muzan.
At least not yet.
Kitsubishi. Is it Muzan Kitsubishi?
Ibutsuji.
Kibutsuji, that's right.
Yeah, don't worry.
Also, Kibutsuji's got a new form.
Yeah, we'll get into that too. But
Yeah, that
anyways,
scene probably was the interim, probably one of the best like showing off power levels that I've seen in a while.
mhm. um, yeah. Anyway, so to finish off at least the Natagumo Mountain Arc, we Tandro and Nezuko are put under arrest, for which Tandro has no will to fight, like no strength to fight it more, I should
I
say.
I do love them trying to make a break for it, and Shinobu's sister shows up.
Mhm.
And Tundra goes to kill Nezuko. Tundra grabs her and pulls her down on top of him, and then she just kind of kicks him in the face, which is when I assume he broke his jaw. Is when she fucking just she just like drop kicked him in the head.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, and
yeah, I thought that was
yeah,
so funny because she just knocked him out with one kick to the back of the head.
yeah. But anyways, so and that would be the conclusion of the Natagumo Mountain arc, and we will take a break here while Matt goes to the restroom really quick.
Okay, I'll be right back. Thank you. Mute. I am back.
Okay, and now we are back with the rehabilitation training arc. So in post, this really will just be cut straight to this, so it's not like it really matters. But yeah, the thoughts on the rehabilitation
It was
training
cool. I
arc as a
liked it.
whole.
I didn't like the original of the
All right,
what are they called? Hashiras. Yes, I didn't like the original showing
Ashiras?
of the Hashiras. Other than
But
Gio
I
and
mean, other
maybe the
than
cloud
Gyu,
guy. The cloud guy was funny.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Oh
the
yeah,
love breathing
Mitsuri.
one is fairly harmless as well.
Yeah, the one everyone
I
likes to
don't remember her
cosplay.
name.
And Big Booba.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And Shinobu isn't too
Shinobu's not
bad
that bad
either,
either. You're
but
right. But are those the only girls on the Hashira?
in the Hashiras,
What do
I
you
mean, at least
mean
currently.
currently? Oh, I
I don't know,
thought
there
you
could have
meant in
been
the
some in the
future. I'm like,
past.
what do you
Or
know that
just
I don't?
no, I don't know anything in the future. I'm just like currently, as in there
Yeah,
probably
that's
were
fair.
some in the past, just we don't know them. um, but yeah, and yeah. So we basically start with Tundra meeting the Hashiras, and um, basically the head of the corps says that they will be part of the Demon Slayer Corps, and if Nezuko turns, basically Tanjiro's, Rokadaki's, and Gyu's lives will all be
Yeah.
basically put up to
Um,
die.
Actually, I'd like to go back a little bit when the wind guy shows up with Nezuko's box and starts stabbing the shoot out of her.
It's like, well, I don't know if the
Oh,
anime does it before or not, but it's
it's
after
before. Like
the
they
speech
start going
happens in
at
the
her
manga.
before. Well, no. He stabs her once before the mentor guy the master shows up. He stabs her once, and then Tanjiro just literally headsbutt him in the face before he can react. And then as they're
Yeah,
about to get it,
I
well,
think
no, and
they just
then as they're
moved
about to get
the
into it,
events
the mentor
around.
shows up, and then she gets stabbed like 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah, I think they just kind of added that small moment before just to
Yeah,
justify
because
the stuff for
Wind
later.
Guy,
I think
I hate
because
I
it
hate
was
the
only
Wind Guy.
after in the manga. Yeah, reasonably so. I mean, I don't really think there's anything really that could, I
If
think, change your opinion
if
on him
he,
at this point. Mine
turns out to
either.
gummy
I don't know if
gumdrops
he
in the
has
future,
anything
that's
in the
fine,
future.
but him and Snake him and Snake Guy are
First
on my
impressions, at least,
I'm a
not
punch him
great.
list.
I don't know. I'm neutral on
Yeah,
Snake
that's
Guy. He
fair.
was just holding
But
down
he
Tanjiro,
didn't want
really.
to trust him at all.
I mean, I don't think any of them wanted
Yeah,
to trust him just because
yeah,
they
that's
needed the
fair.
demon. You know, that's what they're supposed
Mitsuri
to
was
kill.
like on the line, on the fence.
Yeah, and I forget
The stone one's funny.
the Buddhist guy, but
Stone one is funny. The
yeah.
dramatic guy, I don't remember what his ability is. He's kind of annoying. What else is there? There's no, not
I'm not
Rengoku.
talking
There was the
about
guy that had
Rengoku,
like
are we?
the double swords, the 2 swords. Yeah, he was talking about how nothing was dramatic enough
Him.
for him.
Yeah, yeah.
Neither do I.
I don't remember his name, but all I do know is that he's important to to the arc that
He's
is
important.
following up the Mugen Train arc.
Yeah. And then we have Rengoku, who's definitely not important for the next arc. No siree. Not at all. Not
Nope,
even in it.
nope, not at all.
You have nothing to
Um,
worry about if you're a Rengoku fan.
nope. I mean, it's not like nope, it's not like he was advertised at the end of
What?
the
No, it's not
26th
like he's
episode
sitting
for
on
the
the
movie
train.
as well.
Also, that ending, oh, I loved that ending. Like, I originally thought you couldn't have a better ending for the season than
Yeah,
when they
well,
killed Rui. That ending worked for me. Like, I was afraid
Mhm.
this ending would end on the season would end on a low note. No, it ended
Yeah.
on a high note.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, and so yeah. Um, so do we want
Yeah,
to get into the
yeah,
Nezuko test then from that
yeah, basically,
Windsword
Windsword
guy?
guy, what, stabs her a bunch of times through the box, and then, uh
Lets her
and
come
waves it
out
in
and
her
then
face and
cuts his
tells her
own
to eat
hand.
it. And Nezuko turns her head the other way.
Mhm.
And then that's when I realized Master of the House was
Mhm.
blind because he has to ask what was going on. What's up with his
Yeah.
brain? Like, you can see it's
Honestly, couldn't
like
tell ya.
he's sick, obviously, he's blind. I wonder what's up with him. And
Like I said, I
he
couldn't
knows
tell you
Dr.
other than
Vampire
what we
Lady,
know.
which is pretty cool. Which is why I think he was cool with
Mhm.
Nezuko, is because he already knew that vampires, or not vampires, that demons could be good.
Demons. Mhm. Yeah, no, it's yeah, he is fascinating because we need to learn more about him, at least at where we are in the story. But
Yeah,
yeah, we
I
don't
hope we
have
learn
much
more.
more to
I
go off of
actually
at this
like him.
point.
I think he's the sanest of the highest members of the Hashira. Well,
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, I
the
mean,
highest
he's the head
members
of
of
the
the core.
core.
That's what I
He's not a
meant, not the
Hashira.
Hashira, the core.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep,
I got what you were going for. I
yep.
was just correcting it so
So
people understand what you were going for. And then Tanjiro was taken away
I don't know if it's not in the
to
manga, but
rehab.
in the anime, he gets dragged around the corner and then immediately comes back and says, "Let me headbutt that one guy. I want 3 headbutts for every time. I want a headbutt for each of the times he stabbed my sister." And then he gets punched
Yeah,
and
no, no,
dragged
that's in the
back.
manga as well. Yeah, no, it's really
No,
good comedy.
actually, he gets knocked out by Rockman or Wind Guy, not Wind Guy, Sky Guy, Mist Guy.
Hmm. Yeah, this
Slings
guy.
3 rocks to the head, and then he's conked out.
Yep. I mean, it just
Or
shows how
could show.
weak
I mean,
Tanjiro
that and
was
it shows
after that entire
how
thing.
powerful Mist Guy is, just to flick those rocks with that accuracy. Yeah, I
True.
thought
The
wait,
Hushers are
I
pretty
feel like
powerful.
Mist.
If you know if you didn't figure out from
Yeah, I also
Gyu
do like how
creating his
Mist
own
Guy just
technique
does
already.
not care about anything.
Hmm. Yeah, no, he's
Oh yeah.
honestly he's the funniest. I think just like with
Oh yeah.
his laid back
Very,
nature and whatnot.
very amusing.
But yeah, so we get to the rehabilitation training. Which it kind of starts out with just them like doing normal rehab and whatnot, just healing up because Zenitsu became halfway to his spider. Zenitsu got not Zenitsu.
Yeah, that
Inosuke
was
got like his
scary.
vocal
Like,
cords
I was actually
crushed.
worried. Like, I knew Inosuke wasn't gonna die, but I was honestly worried when his head kept getting squished.
Yeah, no, his vocal cords were definitely like kind of
Oh
crushed from
yeah.
that, but I mean, luckily he recovers. But basically, since Sandro is like the fittest out of them all, like and goes to do the training thing
This was
of
what I was referring to in the beginning.
like the tea. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I know. I
the
knew what you were
splashing
referring to
game.
when you said it. Yeah, and so at first it's just Tondro, and basically like he can't seem to get a hang of it, like beating getting the ins the
What's her
insect
name?
trainee basically. Like on the next insect Tundra. I am blanking on it right now. Let me just look it up really
Yeah, I
quick.
was about to say,
I got it.
I'm
You're
gonna
good.
kindly ask
Good.
not to be the one to take care of it this time.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why. Trust me, just leave the searching to me.
Canal. That's
Kanao,
not out. That's right.
that's her. Yeah. Um, and so basically, because
Which
she keeps beating
I
him
love
in
to
the
see mini
tea,
game later on.
like
It's
thing,
so fascinating how quick they
because
can
like,
move.
hmm yeah. And so basically, it's at this point that Tanjiro learns from the like the assistant medical staff girls is that you need to focus on doing
What's the
total
subtext?
concentration breathing
Total
all the
concentration
time,
constant.
which they call it. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I want to feel like I know things.
um, no, you're good. Yeah, so he starts training with that, but he has a bit of like struggling with it, and so like one night he got like he's up on the roof just trying to like practice it to try and get better at it, and Shinobu meets him up there, and we learn from Shinobu why she
Because
tries
it
to
was her
make friends with
sister's
demons
goal.
before killing them. Um, it was her sister's like dream to like be able to like potentially be able to make
Yeah.
friends with demons instead of having to kill them. And though while she may not believe it herself, she
Which
tries to
is
do it
very
out of her
sweet.
sister's memory. Mm-hmm. And we also learned how like they adopted Kanao and how Shinobu's sister
And gave
died from the
Kanao
demon.
to Rain.
mm-hmm. Yeah, Kanao's pretty
Oh my
tragic
god,
too.
it's
If we
so
like
sad.
touching on like that part of the
I love
yeah.
Kanao and Tandra's
Mm-hmm.
moment before Tandra leaves. It was so sweet.
Oh yeah, no, I
That
was definitely going to touch on
almost
that
made me
before the
cry.
end of
Like,
this,
this
but
show is
yeah,
good at making me feel things.
yeah. So I mean, honestly, I
Oh
really
yeah.
like Shinobu from like this flashback. I mean, it only helps that she has like one of my favorite voice actresses in Japanese. But I mean, that's besides the point. um, but yeah, no. Um, and so basically, Tanjiro gets back to training, and eventually is able to start picking up on it. And then Zenitsu and Inosuke are curious, and they start picking up on it for training. And it's like it all has to do with like being able to break open like these
Yeah,
jars
they
with the
call them
breathing
gourds for
and
some
whatnot.
reason. Really?
Well, they are gourds.
No, I know.
mm-hmm.
I thought they were
Yeah, gourds
plants.
are a
I
real
thought gourds
thing.
were plants.
They can also be
Oh,
like jar-shaped
okay. I
things.
thought
They're
gourds were just like the plant. That's why I was confused by it.
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they might
Shape
be
of it.
named after that, just because they I
Okay.
think there's yeah they're similar shapes, but yeah. Um, and by the end of the training, like Tundra
I
and
just
Inosuke
remembered
have
how
the
Shinobu
new
got them to start
swords,
training
to
again.
which
Do you remember how she got them?
um I know I know
No,
I know
actually, it was
Zenitsu was
Shinobu with
because of the
both of them.
girls.
Basically,
I know
Shinobu
what
went up
was
to Inosuke and says, "Ah, well, it just seems like you can't do it, I guess, huh?" And Inosuke's like, "No, I can do it. Let me prove it to you." And then
yeah. I'm like I know
and
it was
Zenitsu,
Inosuke. It
she's
was
like,
because
"Zenitsu, I'm
boasting
your number
and
one fan, and I want you to do it." And Zenitsu's like, "Okay, I'll do it."
yeah. I'm like
Yeah,
I know it's something to do with
I love how
girls, but
she
Zenitsu.
manipulated
It's pretty
both of
easy
them
to
into getting
predict. But
stronger.
I mean, hey,
If
if
it
it
works,
works,
it
it
works. I
works.
mean,
but yeah. I also just like when they get the new swords, we see how Inosuke got his
I love
swords the
how
way
both
they were.
sword makers try to kill. Well, yeah,
like,
no,
they
I
get
mean,
really mad
Tundra
at
tries
him.
to kill him on the spot, and Inosuke tried to kill him as soon as he puts the
Yeah.
holes, the dents in his sword.
Mhm. Yeah. But then we then see a flash of what Muzan is up
Muzan's a
to.
woman now.
At least in that form. But yeah. So basically all of
Well,
the
actually, the
Kizuki
lower
have
Kizuki.
gathered.
Nope, it was.
Really, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure the
all I
upper
saw was the
ones were
lower
there too,
5.
just in the shadows.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I
lower
didn't
five are
see
the
the
only ones
upper
we
ones.
see, like, actually, but I'm pretty sure it's mentioned that
Oh,
the other ones
all I heard in the
are
anime was
in
that
shadow.
they all they said was that they've summoned the low. Excuse me, the lower Kizuki.
I'm pretty sure maybe then it's just like in the manga, like you can see that like the upper
Potentially,
five
yeah.
are in
I think
shadows as
the
well.
one we
But
focus on at the start mentions it's weird that they've never had just the lower ones summoned before.
mhm. um basically
Yeah,
Muzan
that
decides
was
to wipe out the lower
terrifying
Kizuki.
because that shows just how strong he is.
Also, a very
Yeah,
ballsy
to
move
have
on a
them kill
shonen
half of
manga
their enemies.
front. Yeah, to have half of the
Yeah, that was
organization wiped out. Yeah,
something special. Actually, correction, all but one are wiped out. And I think that
yeah,
one is gonna be our next villain next time on Demon Slayer Z.
yep,
Yeah, we do.
pretty much. I mean, we see him on the train, so
I do love their different tactics, like
um,
disagree with him, dead, agree with him, dead, run away, dead. There was nothing they could do.
yeah, yeah, no, really, it was just through, I think, kind of
Yeah,
the
that
praise of
that
Muzan.
one was allowed to survive.
Mm-hmm. And give him more of Muzan's blood to
Yes.
have a chance to become an upper
And then
Kizuki.
Muzan says something about only wanting to have the upper Kizuki at this point. Does that mean he's gonna just keep the upper 7 now
Yeah.
with that lady?
Um. Well, I mean, it's. I guess if you include
Yeah.
the lower one,
Yeah, so is he
yeah,
not
it
gonna
would be
try
just
and
those
get
7.
another 5 to have just an upper 12? I don't know,
I
but
don't
it was
know.
interesting.
Potentially not.
Actually, you know
I
what?
don't know.
Tanjiro never got the blood
I
from the
mean,
lower Kizuki he killed. He never got Ryu's blood. Rui's. That
yeah.
sucks.
Hmm. Yeah. No, it was like one of those things he was trying really hard to
I hope
get,
he
but
eats this
he
one
just
on the
couldn't manage it.
Mugen train. So the train they boarded at the end of the season, was that the
Hmm.
Mugen train itself, or was that a train to get to the Mugen train? Okay.
No, it is the Mugen train itself.
I'm surprised what's his face didn't meet him there. Red Goku. And Goku. I'm
Who?
surprised he didn't just meet him
Go.
there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I
he
mean,
would have
they were sent
waited for
off
them
at
at the
different
station.
times.
Ah,
I
fair
don't
enough.
think he knew that they were going to be there.
I do like Ren Goku. He seems like one of those stupid happy guys.
uh,
He, he looks like one of those, there's not a thought
yeah,
between those
but
eyes, is there?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, you'll definitely have to find out in
Which will be
the
next
Mugen
week,
Train
right?
movie. I think we are going to next week cover the end of season 2
Okay,
of My
cool.
Hero plus the
And
first
then
movie
we'll
next
come back
week,
for the Mugen Train movie.
and then yeah, just I forget when I want to
Because
do
I'd like to
that.
have
I
some time
believe
between
it's
covering the movie
not.
and then covering the Mugen Train arc and the show. Yeah, I'd like there to be some time
Oh, in the
in
show?
between.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna tell you this now. The anime like part I'm going to say is
No,
not
I know,
all too
I
different,
know. I
which is
want to
why I was
wait for
just
it to
gonna wait
finish.
for
It
it to
just I
finish.
want there to
So
be time between us doing the movie and us doing the anime, just so I'm not watching the same thing twice back to back.
oh well, I don't
Oh
think you're
well,
gonna need to watch
I
the
wanted to
anime.
see
I'll
the
tell you that
the
now
extra
for the
parts.
Mugen Train arc. It's
Oh well, then
there.
I guess I'll
It's
watch
really
the
just the
first
first
episode, and then we'll
episode.
jump to the new season, next arc, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold off till like it's over, and I can just tell you what little differences they put into the episodes. Because so far they've only added in like one
Sure.
small tiny scene.
Well,
So
whatever.
yeah,
Also, I'll probably
um,
watch it again. I've heard it's really good.
but yeah, yeah. But otherwise we
And
have one
is
last
that
thing to cover before we end
the
this
end
off.
goodbye scene with Shinobu's sister, whose name I've already forgotten
Mm-hmm.
again? Kanao, yes.
Kana. Yeah.
I guess I can start it off. So, throughout this arc, we see that anytime Kanao needs to make a decision, she flips a coin. And we learn in a flashback that she was given this coin by Shinobu's sister. Basically, when they picked up Kanao, Kanao couldn't make any decisions for herself. And she was given the coin and basically said, whenever you have to make a decision, just flip this coin. And Tundra comes up to her and says, "Hey, why do you have that coin?" And when Kanao explains it, Tundra says, "Cool, can I borrow your coin real quick?" And then says, "We're gonna flip this coin, and if it lands on heads, you're gonna start thinking for yourself. You're gonna listen to what your heart wants." And throws it up, and he throws it really high. I thought that was so funny. Like he just kind of throws it into the upper stratosphere,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes down, Bob's your uncle, it's heads. And she looks at him and she says, "How'd you do it?" And Tanjiro goes, "Oh, it was actually luck. I was just gonna keep flipping it until it was heads." And then just kind of takes off. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was so sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah. No,
look.
it's such a
There's a
sweet
reason I
scene.
say Tanjiro
Honestly.
is the goodest of boys. It's because he is.
Mm-hmm. I just love the fact that also just the fact that he says, "Oh, I was gonna
Yeah,
continue flipping it till it hit heads as well." It's little things like that that really make like you
I
appreciate
think
Tanjiro
Tanjiro is
as a
probably
character and
one of my
whatnot.
favorite shonen protagonists. He's up there with Midoriya. I think Tanjiro and Midoriya are my two favorite shonen protagonists.
I mean, you only have
Yeah,
those two at
sure.
the moment, but I
But
mean,
I mean, I've seen
regardless,
other anime, but they're my favorite just protagonists in general.
fair enough. But yeah, otherwise, I think that is about it for these two arcs and all of season one of Demon Slayer as a whole. So I guess really just a quick way to wrap it up. What was your
This is the
overall thoughts of
best,
season one of Demon
one
Slayer?
of the best shows I've ever seen, ever. I cannot believe it took me this long to watch it, and I'm so happy that we got to do the review of it as I watched it for the first time.
That's the fun part of this, and
Oh
that's why I
my
like doing this.
lord,
So
I
I'm
want
glad that you enjoyed it.
so much more of this show.
Well, luckily it is coming
Yeah,
out
I'm just gonna
currently,
wait to
so
binge it if I can and not get spoiled.
yeah, that'll definitely be hard, especially considering that the dub probably isn't coming out like
Why not?
simuldub schedule. So because it's Aniplex
Oh, it's
dubs,
not a
which
Funimation
means they
dub.
take longer
Oh,
to do.
yikes.
Yeah,
I probably will.
but you could always try the subs
But
if
to
you
be
wanted
honest,
to.
I enjoy the show too much.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So we will be back with the Mugen Train Arc Dash movie soon. And thank you for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. And
Bye bye.
thank you for watching.